Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Hi everybody, I am Tawana Blassingame, CEO and editor-in-chief of Queen Size Magazine, and we are here with our very first episode, season 1, episode 1 of hold on, let me make sure I mute this because I don't want to yell at nobody else. Yep, there we go. Hold on, mute. Y'all heard that? So tonight we're talking about support, which is my favorite topic, which I love to talk about all the time because I think that we should be supporting each other, especially as an industry. Even if you're not in the plus industry and you are viewing our YouTube channel, support your industry, whatever industry that may be. So I introduced myself already, so I am going to go around the room and let everybody else introduce themselves. First of all, let me just say this so that everybody can talk over each other. We're going to go with Lala, Janelle, Nathaniel, and then Miss Nikki. Lala, introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, I am Lawanda Sanyang. I am Lala Faces of Lala Faces Makeup Artistry. Thanks for having me.
Janelle.
Hello, I'm Janelle Simmons, known as the Curvy Doc. I write for Queen Size Magazine, and I'm an author. I am a pageant queen and a model and a body positivity advocate.
Is it my turn?
Hey, Nathaniel.
It's my turn.
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't know. I didn't know if it was. I didn't know if Miss Nikki was going before me because I thought it was going to be women first. So, but I'll leave the best for last. My name is Nathaniel Jones. I'm known as Nathaniel Jaye. I am a freelance hairstylist. What else do I do? I work on films. I build wigs. I play a little bit of makeup. I ain't no makeup artist yet, but I play a little bit. I play around with it. Right. I'm a jack of all trades, a master of nothing. So, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm here and I'm just ready to have this conversation.
Yes, Red.
Oh, look, I had to unmute myself. Hey! It's your girl, Miss Nikki, one word, no period, Miss Nikkie The Brand. I'm the owner of Diva Day International, Miss Nikkie The Brand, and You See It Eyewear. I am an author and a licensed therapist, honey, runway coach, motivational speaker, and all things hair, beauty, and fashion industry professional. So I love absolutely the entire industry as it is and as it could be.
As it could be. I love it. So let's just go in. We're going to talk support, y'all. First of all, the reason why I decided this was going to be episode 1, because I think this is really going to set the stage for the rest of the episodes to come. So this season 1, each of our seasons will have 6 episodes. I'm not going to talk about what's going to come in the next 5, but at the end of this show, I will talk about what's going to come next. So if you guys want to be a guest on the show, just, queensizemagazine@gmail.com, send me an email. And if you have some topic suggestions that you want to hear, let us know. So as far as support go, I think it's one of the things that I feel like we really do lack within the plus size and the big and tall industry tremendously. So we're going to talk about how, we can get better at supporting each other and some of the obstacles that we face in our own businesses. So I'm going to start with Lala. You are a makeup artist. Yes. You also do photography.
Yes, I have been
I may not have known
photography. Yes, I've been dabbling in photography and started to dabble a little bit in modeling.
Yes.
So support. I think, one of the things we talk about is how we can support and what does that support look like. I think a lot of times, you can support people financially, obviously. You have an event, right. You buy tickets. You sell tickets. If you're a model, then you push to sell your tickets. You invite your friends, you do everything you can as far as supporting that way. Even if I'm not attending the event, I advertise how I can. That's one form of support. Financially supporting being by giving away of your talents. You know, I'm a makeup artist, and it's not uncommon for people to want me to donate my time, donate my service to an event, which I don't mind doing, but there's a limit to it. I cap off my service, and I call it my public service give back. I put a cap on that because this is a business, and I treat it as such. And I would hope that people would respect that and understand that. I know when you're starting up, you know, particularly starting up with fashion shows, that's been one of the things I've done a lot of makeup for on large scales is fashion shows. Initially that's how I really got started and kind of put myself out there. I did volunteer my time because I wanted to kind of put myself out there. Here's a new event. Let me provide that service. Let me kind of network. And it worked twofold. You know, I get to network, I get to meet people, I'm providing a service that they need. But then somewhere along the way, it becomes expected, and you feel like you're taken advantage of. That's where I started to draw the line. You don't have the expectation that just because you call me for every event that you have that I'm gonna come and do your makeup for free. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I have a limit to what that support looks like. And I guess Nathaniel, you might could chime in too about hair. They can't always expect you to come and you're just gonna slay their hair for free.
But they do. But they do.
And there has, and I don't know if it's a sense of entitlement because you should support me because you're in the plus size industry. You should do that. And then if you don't, then it's a negative. They put negative. They may say negative things about you. Oh, well, you're not that good anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That happened to me
anyway
as well because I'm a licensed esthetician and makeup artist, and that's how I started in the industry. And they did that, exactly what you just said. Start talking negative because I wouldn't come for free. Now, we all know Miss Nikki don't care.
Right.
I still didn't come for free.
Right.
And so, it got to that.
Yeah. And that's what gets me.
But to piggyback on that, I think what a lot of people fail to understand is that we're running and building a brand.
Yeah.
And when you're running and building a brand, that takes money in order for us to excel in our careers and to do better. Yes, I didn't mind coming to your event and doing hair or makeup for free because that was my way of getting in and networking.
Yeah.
So now that you know me, now that you see what I'm doing and you see that I have excelled your expectations, now why not call me back for your events? Hey, I need my hair done for this event that I'm speaking at, or I'm doing a photo shoot for Queen Size Magazine. Maybe you should, would you be willing to do my hair, or what is your rate? You know, because I like what you do and I want to keep you around in my circle. And at the end of the day, even if you do hire me for those gigs, I'm still sometimes willing to maybe throw a freebie in there every now and then. Simply because I support you and you supporting me, so we're supporting each other. Whether it's pro bono, whether it's, you know, you're paying me, we're still in the mix of things. And I think people just get too comfortable. Oh, he cool. You know, that's my homegirl. I like her. He and ha. But as soon as you put a rate on it,
then you put a rate on
it. And then they say, oh, well, I'll give you exposure.
Right.
Well, exposure is not going to pay the bills.
I'll give you pictures. I don't want to keep getting pictures. I don't need any pictures.
And the thing about that, they're not looking at the fact that when Nathaniel said it costs money, the thing that we provide as hairstylists and makeup artists, because I still do makeup to this day, just did a documentary on Friday. My thing is this, the service we provide, we can't take that back. We take product out the bag, you know, product out the bottles. We use that on you. And we can't peel the makeup off and put it back and reuse it. Like you can no different from a designer. You know, designer, you wear their clothes and you do a photo shoot and you get it dirty, you get it clean. But with a makeup artist, once you wash it off, it's gone. With a hairstylist, once you wash it out, it's gone. You know, we can't get that back. So somewhere in the game, respect me, yes, I do a great job. I got portfolio miles long in that area. However, because I earned my stripes in that area, now respect me as the stylist or the artist that came to your event, promote it online, offline, sold tickets, did faces for free for your promo video and your this and your that.
Mhm.
Now, when you make your money, let me eat.
So, okay, since we're on the topic of makeup, right?
Mhm.
And I'm probably the only person on here that don't know anything about makeup, but you know, Miss Nikki and Lala gonna get me right for that, right? And Miss Curvy Doc over there gonna get me some lashes, and then you're gonna get my hair right. So I'm gonna be all right. But since we're on the topic of makeup artists, right? And this is a question that I ask quite a few makeup artists. When you are booked, whether it is paid or exposure, as Janelle said, when you are booked as a makeup artist, right? And they're not paying you, do you charge like restock fees? Because Ms. Nikki, you just said that, you know, you can't take the makeup back. Once it's used, it's used. So if you're continuously being called on set to do makeup for people, eventually you run out of product, and who's restocking that?
Right. I don't do it I never charged a restock fee. When I did come for free, I would come for free, but I don't do for free anymore. Like, I have my love offering list of people that I will give a love offering to, because just like Lala, I seen her beat faces. I know she good. Just like somebody look at my portfolio, you seen me beat faces, you know I'm good. Now pay me like you weigh. Pay me like I'm good. Pay me that like you respect the position I earned when I went to school and got that degree to be a licensed esthetician and makeup artist, because we paid out to get in. So now that we're in, respect the craft. And that's like, I'm not gonna go to a designer and ask for free outfits all the time. Ain't no way.
You're not gonna go to Mei Ling nail shop and think she's gonna do your nails for free.
Come on!
She's not gonna do it.
But you know, I think
You're not gonna go to the African braiding shop and think they're gonna braid your hair for free.
Come on!
But here's the thing.
Money.
But here's the thing.
Money.
This is what really bothers me the most. If you're having an event and I see big ticketed people on your event, celebrities, where you're paying for their hotel, their flight, et cetera, actually you're probably spending too much more than what's even in your budget. So you mean to tell me you couldn't find somewhere along the line, if I've been supporting you for 10 plus years, you couldn't find somewhere in the budget? Well, let me put some money aside for Lala to do makeup. Let me put some money aside for Miss Nikki or Nathaniel to do for the glam squad, because I know that their talent is by far excelled everyone else's expectations. So I want to keep these people here, but you're willing to spend $20,000, $30,000 on a celebrity who may show up, who may not show up.
Won't know you tomorrow.
And then or how about this? This is another example. If you know you have a big ticketed person on your show and they need a makeup artist or they need a hairstystist, why don't you bring those people in to do that celebrity?
That's
I'm like, okay, not only do I have a celebrity client now, that is mad exposure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the type of exposure. Right. Give me that type of exposure. You have used my service. I have provided you with free services for years. Now you finally have a celebrity or someone who is of important status. Instead of bringing me back in to do that person's makeup, you go and find someone that will do it for free. So now you're not supporting me.
Right.
And I've supported you throughout the process. So it's twofold, you know?
Yeah.
But I think too, and I want to add on to something, and everybody may not agree with me, but you know what? We have to start doing contracts for paid gigs and free gigs.
That is true.
Because if we have an understanding that if I'm doing makeup or hair for you, I'm getting photos, my name is going to be in the book, my name is going to be on the screen. This is what we agreed. This is the exchange that we agreed on. Now, I've slaved all day and I didn't get any of that return. You didn't put my name on the billboard. My name wasn't in the magazine. Nothing was tagged in. And so you feel abused. You feel like I prostituted my talent for what?
Absolutely.
And that has happened to me. That happened to me. Yes. And I was I can say devastated, but I was real. It was Black Hair Magazine. And I was brought in. But my name, I didn't get credit. I was credited by who brought me in, but I didn't get the credit in the magazine.
You know what, Lala, and for us as makeup artists, as a makeup artist, our name carries a lot of weight and volume when you see the work. And I had a very popular blogger do that very same thing to me, and they had a whole magazine, the cover, the feature story, all of that, and everybody's name is in the magazine. And I did the cover makeup,
And you didn't get
feature
credit.
story makeup, and you put everybody else in the magazine, and my name nor my brand, and my brand provided products for them, like gift bags and everything. When I say I wasn't mentioned anywhere, and when I brought it to that person's attention, I'm so sorry, blame it on, no, it's not blame it on nothing. I'm sitting here looking at a physical magazine with my work on the cover, and nobody knows I did the work.
So let me say
like,
this.
Okay.
Let me say this. It's since we're talking about magazine, right?
Mm.
This is one of the things that I had to learn as I grew when I was putting out the magazine, right? Because I used to depend, well, let me not say used to. Unless I have booked and put together the shoot, I don't know who is a part of it, right? And so I've had people reach out to me and say, oh, well, I did the makeup for this picture in, you know, that you published in the magazine, you know, and I didn't get credit for it, right? My apologies. So what I do is I have to go back to the people that submitted it to me. But I learned that go along the way. So, you know, for anybody who has been featured in the magazine, what I do now is if you don't provide it, I ask for it.
Yeah.
And I will say that, I was going to say that, Tawana, because when I first came on with you, I know the difference now. You asked for who did the picture, who, you know, who was the photographer if I submit a different picture or whatever. So I already know that going in, and I want that person to get the credit. If I'm submitting someone else's work, I want them to get that credit because this is a publication, you know, and that may not mean something for someone, but I know in our industry, that's important.
Very.
Magazine is a magazine,
I have a question
whether it's virtual,
about
I mean, whether it's online or print, it's still magazine.
I have a question about that because I've had a situation with, you know, preparing to work for a magazine, and I had a makeup artist that basically came extremely late.
You know what?
and basically I didn't even get my time, my full time to do the shoot. And would you still, because I'm struggling with this actually now, not in, you know, they deserve the credit, but at the same time, I lost time with the photographer. You know, what was supposed to be like an hour ends up being 15 minutes.
Ooh, Jesus.
Because you were late.
That's why you need to book Lala and Miss Nikki.
Yeah,
you know how to give good customer service.
Yeah, and it was actually out of state, but
at the end of the day,
it's like, do I, you know, I want to give them the credit, but at the same time, it's like, what would you say? You know,
did they do your makeup?
They did, and it wasn't a bad job, but
it took away from your time that you were supposed to have.
That part.
But at the end of the day, you can.
And I paid, and I paid for the makeup artist too.
But I encourage you, when something like that happens, don't feel ashamed to call them out. And you don't have to do it publicly, but you can always pull that person aside and say, hey, I'm going to pay you. You did an amazing job. However, you were extremely
late.
I had an expectation of you that you would be here at a certain time so this would run smoothly. Now we're delayed because you're not here. Everybody works together as a team. Whether you're the photographer, whether you're set designing, whether you're makeup, everybody is working together under this one umbrella. And we have to follow a timeline. And if that particular person has that type of name in the industry, they won't get booked anymore.
That's right.
And all it
Because I know I won't book them anymore for sure. It was out of state.
Things do happen. I mean, you know, things happen that may cause you to be delayed. But for me, because I like being on time. I like to actually get there a little early. It's kind of, I like to be a little early.
I like
really
to
early to late. But if I can say I've probably been late maybe one time and it was out of my control. And I was freaking out because I was going to be late. That's just me. I don't like being late because I know people are waiting, and I know I don't want to rush the job because I know how I want it to look when that person leaves the seat. It's just professional courtesy. If they were going to be late, they should have told you I'm late. At least did they call and tell you they were going to be late?
they were late, but then they came late with someone else with food.
Oh,
And then I was, and then they want to have a conversation. And then I had to still travel to the location of the shoot.
Oh.
So
well, did you get any of your money back?
No.
And
that's why my
what?
question is, you in a situation like that, I don't want to give you credit because you don't deserve it because of.
Let me sip on this tea.
So what do I do for
it's
my
really hard to answer
experts?
that because the thing about it is, one, she was late, whoever the makeup artist is, and you as the payee, the subject who has to pay that cost, they should, me personally, if I was late, if you felt that way and you said that to me, because I would discuss that with the person. If you chose to come to me and say, Ms. Nikki, look, you was an hour and 45 minutes late and I didn't get my full shoot because of you, I would say, okay, well, how can we work this out? It wouldn't be an issue for me because I want to have you as a return customer because you might have liked your beat, you know what I'm saying? And if you did, then I'm okay. Look, I apologize. I hope your face is wonderful.
Right.
I understand I was late. And if you let's negotiate. I would feel like you talking to me, coming to me to discuss it, we can work anything out.
Yeah, maybe some type of compensation. I think some type of compensation, either, discount the service,
free service sometimes.
On the next time is on me. Let me know when you're in town. Something to compensate for being extremely late. Because I haven't even done it, and I haven't been late, but I could not please. I just could not please this particular client. No matter what I did, I just could not please her. And so I just told her, you know what? This service is on me, and I know it's nothing wrong with the makeup. It's just she could not get comfortable with it, and so it was nothing I was going to do was just going to please her, shy of just taking it all off and just leaving her, and she would have been fine. Oh, I look good. So in situations like that, you just chalk it up as an experience. And hey, it's okay, but it gives me good customer service, so the other ladies that was with her know that I provide that type of service.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I should have said something then, but I know. I'm nice. Everyone's like, I'm sweet, but when I'm mad, I get mad. And then I have that Caribbean background. I was like, that wasn't the time. So I had to really just woo-saw. And I was like,
you should have called me. That's what you should have done.
I should have. Yeah, because
But I mean, at the end of the day, I have had issues where I've brought other artists in to help me with gigs. And you have to have these conversations that, for one, and I'm going to be honest, as people of color, we already have a bad image about who we are anyway. We're never on time. We're always unprofessional. We don't never have everything in our kits, this, that, and the third. So we have to work extra hard to prove ourselves that we are this talent that is worthy of this coin that we're getting. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that when we break out into the bigger industry, or even in another industry that may not be plus size, that we are prepared for that. So sometimes it's like when I was telling Janelle, it's always good to just give that feedback because maybe nobody never told her that. Maybe she's always been late and no one never said, sis, you can't do this. Right. If you want to continue on in your career, you have to be on time. You do amazing work, but your talent is only going to get you so far.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. And the thing about it is that I could potentially have given them more work because I'm in the pageant industry.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I do. I do a lot of pageants, and that's how I got the word of mouth for that got out for me. I did one girl, and now I'm in all the circuits where they're like, okay, can Miss Nikki come? So they already know.
And Miss Nikki, she may be a little bit humble, but she makes up winners. Okay. She makes up winners. I see you.
All right, look, I be trying to be quiet on that end. Don't nobody be knowing I be going. I be grinding y'all when I tell
they be winning. They
win. They do.
So let's talk about there's two things that I want to cover. I want to cover customer service. Since we were just talking about that, and I want to make sure that we include contracts in there, like you said earlier, because I'm very big on contracts.
Me too.
When I brought my mom on to help me with the magazine, my mother had to sign a contract too. Contracts across the board. You get a contract. Everybody get a contract. But so let's talk about customer service, because I believe that customer service or lack thereof could be probably in the top 5 reasons why people are not supporting you. Mm-hmm. And it's not that people don't like you. It could be just because you're nasty. Right?
Yeah.
And so I've come across people like this. And one of the words that I use a lot, and Lala said it earlier, is entitlement. I feel like people get to a certain level in their careers and they forget customer service. Drink that tea. They forget customer service. And then people don't necessarily want to support nasty people.
That part.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know if you guys were following the post that Gwen put up earlier, where the girls, somebody said something about one person said I reached out to another person in her inbox or text, whatever, and was like, so and so referred me to you, and the girl was like, well, she didn't give you read that.
Yeah.
she didn't give you my website.
The
and the girl was,
yeah.
Right, and the girl was like, oh no, can you get it for me? And the lady was like, no, I can't do that because I don't normally respond to messages after all that, and you could have just did it. Customer service, honey. So you lost the. Well, I'm not gonna tell you the last part, but that last part took me way out. Okay.
Right. But the thing about it is we have fallen into the stigma of what was placed on us as African Americans in business. Mm-hmm. The stigma was placed on us that we don't tip and we don't do good customer service. We don't know how to talk to people, which is really not true, because for a long time before this whole blackout and buy black and all this, my closet is full of black designers. My jewelry that I wear is made by black designers. My hair that I have on my head right now is made by a black hairstylist who made the wig. But I've been doing that prior to. My lipstick is by a black woman. These women and men that are in business have an excellent customer service. I learned from them how to treat my customers with You See It Eyewear. When somebody complains to me about my eyewear or says the lenses came out, send it back to me. I'll have one already on the way to you. Take a picture of it, of your packet. If something is delivered and their inside the box is broken, I don't say, well, we packed it correctly, so it couldn't have broken. I said, do me a favor, take a picture of the glasses, take a picture of the box, send it to me, and your new pair of eyewear is on the way. I'm not going to get into all that, because number one, any good business person, when you ship something out, is $50 worth of insurance on it. So don't mess up your customer service because you don't know business. Business means if you're selling a product and you send it out on your next day shipping, you have insurance. Don't mess up a customer relationship because you don't know the business of how to extend good customer service.
See, and I think this is a huge problem because a lot of people get into business and know nothing about business.
Yes.
They have zero business ethics at all. Like,
it's the money.
You didn't take a business class.
The money. Come on, Nathaniel, say that.
You can't chase money. You can't chase money. Cannot be the center of your purpose in getting into business, because any real business person is going to tell you you're not going to make any money in business. You're going to lose money before you make the money.
Absolutely.
But in order for you to make the money, you still got to put more money into the business.
Come on.
Right. So, I mean, I think for me, another prime example of customer service is as a prime example, I had to do a celebrity. Mind you, I always show up mad early anyway. If I got to be there at 2, I'm there about 12:45, 1 o'clock.
Right.
I'll be in the lobby. But she was mad late when she showed up. She was getting her nails done. But her manager was like, you need to be on time, blah, 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 blah. But she was so late. Like, she was 45 minutes late. And then when I got to the room, she wanted me to sew in hair. Her hair was wet. It wasn't, so it took, but I had to work quickly, but I had to still be calm. I didn't come in there with an attitude. I didn't huff and puff. I could have, But at the end of the day, it's all about how you respond to situations. Because even though some things are not in your control, you can control how you respond to it.
Correct.
Right.
You know, and I think that sets up customer service too. How you respond to situations when a model is not feeling it, when they're not having a good time, or when they're just unhappy. They're just in a because models, as Becky said in the chat, models can be very entitled, and they have this halo around them. It's all about me.
This is how I want my makeup to look.
Right,
No,
I'm the baddest. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what the beauty director said. I want this shadow.
Yes.
You are hired,
I get
you are
that.
hired to just walk on a stage and
Right.
do the job. I don't care what you don't want. However, you're gonna get this good beat that they asked for.
Right.
But see, at the end of the day, I can't tell her that. All I can say is, ma'am, I'm not in charge of
makeup. Yeah.
Right.
What they want of me, because I have a brand to protect. If I go behind their back and give you what you want, then you ain't gonna come and save me when they say, well, Nathaniel did totally opposite of what I told you to do.
Right.
I'm being yelled at while you on the stage. Look good, you look so good. So it's all about how you got to handle. We are in this business as servants. And I just, service is the main thing when it comes to customer service. If you have service in it, when you know that you are a servant in life, period, whether it's for your job or for family, you will get it. You will understand what customer service is.
Very true.
Exactly.
So, you just took me somewhere completely different from where I wanted to go, but that is like on point. How did kids say that? That's a honey. So, Janelle, I want to talk to you for a minute because you're sitting over there all quiet. As a model, and this is one of the things that I saw. Somebody had posted, you know, a topic of conversation. Some of these things shouldn't even be topics, but like Nathaniel was saying, as a model, okay, because you've been doing this for a little while. As a model, if you don't like what they put on you, if you don't like, I just realized something. I never even knew there was a chat over there, because then you said chat, and I was like, where do you see that chat? See it over there. I see it now because I see it moving. I'm sorry I've been ignoring y'all. I'll be there in a second. As a model, this is what somebody was talking about. If you don't like the clothing that they put on you, if you don't like the thing you say, your hair or your makeup, you know, what do you do in that situation? Because the topic was, if you're not being paid and you are there as a model and you don't like what they put on you, do you have a right to say something?
No, because models are modeling the garment, and the designer has a vision, the producer has a vision, so you don't know what that vision is. So it's not about me when I'm walking the runway. It is totally not about me. It is about the garment. It is about the accessories that go with the garment. It's that entire look, hair, makeup. So basically, I would say, and I hate to say it this way, but suck it up, buttercup, because that's
at
really
the end of the day.
I like it. Suck it up, buttercup.
Yep.
As a model, you have to get into character. It's not about you anymore. You are now a character. So therefore, you may hate the outfit, but you got to walk that runway like you love it, because they are selling this outfit or these garments to women all over the world. You may not like it, but it might be 20 million other women who do.
It's funny.
Right.
It's so funny because a lot of models get to this point where they believe that their beauty can give them the privilege to say what they want, which is not the case, because technically you are a hanger. Being an agent, it is, and I manage several models on a lot of different levels. And point blank, you don't go on any set and argue about anything. You come as the vessel, and you are there to be made up, hair, makeup, clothes, the whole nine, and you're fulfilling a role.
Yeah, because I have been backstage.
If there's a problem, call your agent. You don't do anything on set. You call your agent and you let your agent handle it. You just sit there and do what you got to do, because it's a job and it's not about you. It's about the whole business of the brand. It ain't about
exactly.
you. You the hanger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm gonna ask this question, right? And I'm gonna get off this topic because this is not a model conversation. But what if, and just playing devil's advocate,
Oh Lord.
what what if you really do look a mess though?
You just
You
gonna be.
still go
You just have to look a mess.
Modeling
And I've
before.
seen it.
And
You know,
I
I
have
started
been
modeling and
backstage.
I've been a mess.
Yeah,
I look
and
like a big ass beanbag.
yeah.
And
You
a
just
busted
gotta
can
do
of
it.
biscuits. They had me on a size 14 dress, knowing I was a size 18. I looked like anybody's Michelin tire rolling down the street. I had rumple and stillskin rolls all over, but I put my heels on and my face
Yep.
beat, and I walked looking like that fat busted tube of toothpaste the whole way across that stage and did what I had to do.
You
That
gotta
was
make it
your-
work.
Yeah.
That's your brand.
Yeah, because
You
I
look
have
like
been
that?
backstage and the models have been like, I'm not wearing that. I don't like how this looks on me.
Oh,
And if you was at Full Figure Fashion Week, Sharon Quinn would have came backstage and said,
and
"Go
threw
in
you out.
and go home."
Get out.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, it's shows like that. I don't really expect to see some of the things that I have seen, right?
Mhm.
But as a brand, as a model, you are a brand as well.
Absolutely.
So
Right.
at what? So you have zero right to
No.
say, you know what? I'm not gonna go out there with this dress with my
No.
half of my ass showing.
But
Like,
the thing about it, Tawana,
I can't.
it's not on you. Though the model,
Yep.
because I've looked like that before. Though the model, though I looked a mess, right? There was pictures taken everywhere, and people was looking. It was everywhere, right? But wasn't nobody like, you looked a mess. They like, who dress was you wearing? I'm such and such. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Let
like,
me
I'm
add to
juicy.
that too.
No.
Is that on all levels? Is that expected on all level of model, even your celebrity models? That does
How
it-
many
it's
celebrity
still the
models
same?
have you seen, Lala? How many have you seen, honest to God, you seen and be like, oh, I don't like that. And behind the scenes, they could have been saying the same thing you said. I don't like this. But they had to come out in it.
Well,
But what makes you think that they did? Just because you didn't see it?
well,
But,
that's why I
but
said
they
that's
had
all
it on.
about personal opinion. But
Yeah.
I know a model, and I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say their name because I ain't gonna be nasty like that. You know what I'm?
Mhm.
But
Okay.
I do know at least two models that will be like, before they sign the contract, I want to see what I'm wearing first.
Oh.
Let me see what I'm wearing first.
Ooh.
Is it
And I know
wrong?
somebody who's like that. They want to see the garments first. They want to try them on before they sign the contract. But at the
How
end
are
of the
they
day,
taken?
but
How
that-
are they taken by the designer?
because they're popular on Instagram.
Mm.
They do it.
Mm.
Okay.
Ain't nobody behind you.
Wow.
And that's what I'm saying. At what level does the models have control over what they wear? Because at some point they're getting paid. At some point they're getting paid to model. So I'm the model. I'm bringing attention to your clothing.
But you getting paid
So
to
when
do
does
that.
the table turn?
But
you
that's
get
the thing.
it
You're getting
happens.
paid to do it.
You getting paid to do that.
But you got to understand that sometimes I've seen it at New York Fashion Week.
Yes.
I mean, it depends on what type of celebrity you have. You got Real Housewives of Atlanta celebrity,
Yeah.
or you got Ivanka
Instagram
Trump celebrity. You know, you got different levels of celebrity. Whereas the girls in Atlanta, this is no shade. I feel like oftentimes, here we giving you something, go on and take it and catch it. I'm giving you an opportunity to get on stage, but you do have those people who are really huge celebrities with big money, and it's almost like you're hiring me to make your show look good. So I need you to make something that looks good on me. So when you're going after a model and you're seeking them out, there is a possibility where you might have to come with some type of negotiation.
That's right.
It's like, hey,
but that's how you, as a model, you build your reputation. You become that professional model that does go on set and you wear what they have, and you network and you make sure you leave your comp card and you talk, and your reputation builds on those different sets, be it with designers, boutiques, photo shoots, videos. You build your reputation, and then it becomes, oh, it's so pleasant to book her. I love booking her. It would be times that I would come on a set and they would say that I was too big. They'd be like, I'm gonna make something for her, only because the reputation that I had, and then how I come on set. I say hi to everybody. I talk to everyone. Is there some particular place you need me to be? Be proactive in showing that you are professional in that realm. And then you can get to that point where I've had boutiques and designers discuss with me, hey, I want to put you in this. And it never came to looking a hot mess, you know?
So
But-
somebody
But
speaking
then
of mess,
also too, though, sometimes you may think, you feel like you're a hot mess. You may look a hot mess, but those watching may think that's the hottest outfit that's out there on the runway, and they're gonna make a sale. The design's gonna make a sale.
So let me say this, because somebody asked me, somebody in the chat asked me to specify mess. Okay. And so hold on. so for me, and this is my opinion, right? So I feel like if you are at you're working for a high-end show, right? And you have a lot of couture, right? And I throw up the quotes because everybody know what couture is. But if you have this couture shirt and short show and everybody's walking around in gowns and stuff like that, for me, the body foundation is a must. Okay, so if you
for
have
men and women,
on,
for men and women,
come on, say it. Come on, say it.
So if they put you in something where your foundation is showing and it's too short and you have on shorts and your foundation shorts is showing, like a mess is like not properly put together. Like you said, you come out there looking like a squeezed toothpaste tube or whatever
Michelin
tire, whatever.
Right. Like you about to go
lava lamb.
Right. And you walking down the runway, you got to continuously pull down your dress or whatever because it's riding up halfway up your ass, or your bra is showing. A mess is not put together, and that's how they got you out there walking looking a mess. But at the end of the day, it's your brand, so you have to be able to put these images inside your portfolio as well. So at what point do you say, no, that's outside of my brand? I can't use that.
But that's when you hire someone who knows how to select models.
That's right. And you control everything. Go ahead.
You need to actually extend your brand to other people around there. If you don't know how to pick models, hire somebody like Miss Nikki who knows.
But you talking about the show. I'm talking about the model that was picked for the show that's actually getting ready to work out actually on stage,
in the show. But at that point, they have to control what they can control, meaning your model bag needs to be complete with the strapless bra, the proper foundation, the hairpins to pin your hair up to make it look like your face look longer, the corset underneath would make you, whatever you need to do as a professional model, you should be able to flip up your bag. Okay, this outfit is not popping. Okay, what can I do underneath so I can look the part? You just have to be prepared for anything. We've done that.
You don't know how many times I've been on a show and I had to do hair, and I'm like,
that's right.
Oh God.
I mean, you don't know how many times I sat in the front seat of a damn show and I'd be like, oh my God, whoever picked that. Let me not say whoever picked the model. Whoever dressed that model needs to be slapped.
I'll be shaking my
Whoever
head.
let that model come out on the runway needs to be slapped. And I've said it, but you know what? This is not a model topic. We're gonna get off this topic, but I do want to read somebody's comment because it's interesting. So how have people handled, say, as an example, the Gucci blackface sweater? I think that will cross where I would reject going out. Gotcha. So if you was how about that? If you were a model and they put that on you, are you going home?
But that's another thing too. When you go home, that's a whole nother topic. Like when you're hired for these big ticketed companies and they use black models or black girls and the hair's not done, and I just think to myself, like, something ain't right. Like, who is on the team? Because I'm sitting here like, this is not a good look.
Right.
For black women. Like if you got all these white girls and their hair is easy breezy, flowing, and you leave their idea of what natural hair is ridiculous. And I'm like, who is it back there doing the hair? Like, and see, something like that, I know it's all about a check, but see, sometimes I have to pull somebody aside and say, listen, I know I'm stepping out of my bounds, but you don't know how these people look in front of that camera. Y'all not taking the time out to see these people in these magazines, and then you want to know why you're being ridiculed and why people are not buying from you anymore, because you're not listening to the people who are around you that saying, hey, maybe we need to go a different direction, or maybe we need to bring some people of color onto the team. So therefore, you know, we can support you.
You talking about the if you were a model and this top designer, Gucci, Prada, whoever has this.
No, that wasn't me. That was somebody in the chat.
Oh, yeah, right. Somebody in the chat had this $1 million brand, $1 billion brand, and they use this black model.
It doesn't have to be $1 billion brand.
Okay, but they use this black model with this black face.
Yeah, Gucci, because you know some people make Gucci that's not Gucci.
With this racially charged piece of material that you want to put on me. Number one, as a model, your brand is important, but you got, even in the big shows, you got to think about some of these models have an agency, some of them don't. Some of them don't get paid what you think they get paid, and they walking in the show, and this is something that may pay their rent next month, especially living in New York. But I hate that this is going on at where we are with this climate right now, because with this climate right now, me being a model in the industry and somebody give me a racially charged garment to put on, it might as well walk by itself, okay? And if you won't have a fit about it, but see, my thing, because of how I get down, by the time that piece gonna walk by itself, I done already went live, I done went Instagram, I done went everything. They want me to wear this, you know, because I'm gonna cover mine before you try to bury me. And that's just what it is, because you will not use me for your propaganda or for your agenda based on, especially in this climate. And I'm saying in this climate now. Any other time I might have been like, well, this fashion, but I don't know. But in this climate and where we are now, yeah, it will walk by itself because it won't walk on me. And I will make a statement. Since you wanted to use me for your statement, I'm gonna make my own. You understand? Right. But that's just who I am.
But then, Miss Nikki, let me play the devil's advocate.
Okay.
What if you, okay, so we know that you can get away with some of that stuff, but there are some people who can't get away with being that vocal. They will actually label you as Monique of the plus size industry, because you're standing up for yourself. Because people don't like for you to say, hey, you made me look like a fool.
Right.
This is my brand. People don't like for you to stand up for yourself.
See, the only way that I would say something like that, if it does go against your political views and your religion. But if it's just about fashion and about putting on clothes, and that's just it, you know what I'm saying? Let that be what it is. But if you are going to use me for any model, be used for a political statement or a religious statement, that's you can't do that. That's a form. You're using me for your propaganda, and that needs to be, you need to stand up for that. But if it's just about fashion and clothes, and you got me looking like grape ape, and this your whole grape outfit from the head to the toe, I'm gonna put on this grape outfit from the head to the toe, and I'm gonna go on down the runway. But don't use me for your agenda.
Okay, so this is interesting that she brought this up. I hope it's she, because I can't see her name anymore. It's interesting that this person brought this up, because let's talk about, you know, the brands that came out and made the statements. I'm not mentioning the brand names, okay? Let's talk about the brands that came out and make statements that you know, we have to do better, or you know, the brands that haven't always been pro-Black, that are now pro-Black, you know, those brands. And people came for them on social media. Not only did they come for them on social media, they came for the models who modeled for these brands. You know what I mean? So were they wrong for coming for the models because they were collecting the check? Should the models have said, you know what, this brand doesn't really support Black, this brand ain't really for us, so I shouldn't be collecting a check for them? I mean, let's talk about it. Miss Nikki, don't do that.
I'm only doing it because I know too much and I want to run off the screen like.
Say it, Miss Nikki, say it.
Janelle, let's start with Janelle.
Because I was, you know, it's funny because I'm conflicted.
Right.
We, you know, you don't know what that model is going through outside of what's in front of the camera. They
Right.
may be taking care of a family member. They have children. They're going to school. We don't know what they're doing to, in order to pay bills.
To
So
survive, yeah.
it's a job.
It's a job. Come on, Lala. That's right, Janelle. It's a job, and
Right.
it's
We all
hard.
have
It's very
worked
hard.
or done some type of form of employment for an employer that we did not want to do.
That's right.
Whether it's for
Yeah.
corporate
That's
or
right.
whether it's for your brand, it's been some type of role you've had to do for somebody that you just didn't want to do.
And in every job, we have seen some form of racism against the race
Yes.
that you are. So
Yeah.
it's really a double-edged sword.
Mhm.
It's really a double-edged sword, that thing. And because I know a lot of brands that don't necessarily gear themselves towards African Americans or the melanites, or as I call us, that don't gear themselves towards us, but they make good money off of us, and they use the name urban brand. And you ain't urban. You ain't never been nowhere urban. But this is this is it's what it is, and it's really difficult. And in this industry, there are so few Black or melanite models as it is, be it male or female, and let alone plus size. And it's so hard. We try to get in where we fit in to make a point or make a statement or stand out. So it's really hard. Ooh, I know.
So I'm going to read some. I'm going to
Yeah,
start reading
it's
some of these
hard.
comments, but I do want to bring up this point as well. So a lot of people, and I'm not going to say myself included, because I've always supported Black.
Right.
And I will say, as of lately, I have probably done it more intentionally, right? And so as a plus size models and big and tall, because we always talk about women, we always leave out the men. So the big and tall models as well. So a lot of them are modeling these brands that we are quote unquote boycotting these days, right?
Right.
So is that to say that we don't support them? Those models, hold on, those models, because they work for the brands that we are not supporting, so we're pretty much taking money out of their pocket. Does anybody look at it that way?
They're making a check.
Yeah, I sure don't.
But they're not making a check if we're not supporting the brand.
Oh yes, they are. They making a check.
Or they have made their check.
They
And
made their check.
the boycott is going on, but they done got their check. So the campaign pitches go 6 months long.
Yep.
They done got their check. I would never discriminate or be mad at or hate on a model who rock for a brand, because the brand is bigger than just the model. It's a whole political agenda behind all of that when you work with big brands or small brands. So he or she just doing a job. Get on in there and get your check and gone. We know that ain't your brand. We know that you're not vested in that company.
And I think if a model has such a personal conflict or personal feeling about it, conviction about that, not doing that campaign, then I think they will make that personal that choice. Not to do
they
it.
will.
Yeah,
They sure will.
They will make that choice.
Yeah, because it's interesting. When I started jotting down, the topics for discussion, and when the support came up, this, as far as the brands that we quote unquote started boycotting, really made me think about, and I'm trying not to mention any names, but it really made me think about, were we a little bit too harsh in saying, oh, just because this person right here don't have Black people on their executive level, you know what I mean? We're not buying from them. You know what I mean? Stop it. We're not buying from them. Is that fair to say?
Some people that are saying that never bought from them in the beginning.
Well,
what? Hold on.
They price point a little pricey, but anyway, go ahead.
Right.
Or we didn't even know about the company anyway.
Right.
And then and now that certain things have come out, you're like, oh, I didn't even know. I thought they were Black owned. Who knew? It seemed like everybody from the Black community was supporting them. And so Tawana, I want to piggyback on that because somebody did ask a question about hair and makeup. Do we support those brands of lesser value or the bigger ticket companies? Because that is something huge when it comes to when you're looking for sponsorship shows. Like, who do we support? Are we going to support the Black? Are we going to support the
Right.
It's almost, it's hard to say. It's almost like, who is willing to work with us? Because
Can I say something? Because
Yeah.
you're making a point, Nathaniel. What you're saying is on that support level. You know, it's like, do we support or don't we support? But let me say something about our community and support. And I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna be real transparent about something real quick because you tapped into something. You said that about that true support. I have been in this industry running an agency for a numerous amount of years, and then I've been licensed.
Shit got
and
real because she
certified.
just put her glasses on. Honey.
Look, no, I was looking at something. I'm sorry. I was reading something. I did put my glasses on, like I was getting ready to get serious.
She
And
about
what
to
happened
read so
was
much.
out where we are as Black people, we think if white people, Latino, are not involved, it ain't worth a damn. Okay.
In a minute now.
If-
Hold on.
Look.
I'm not ready.
Okay. Yes, you ready. And if it's African American owned, you should be skeptical about supporting. And I watched the company fall out the sky, out of nowhere, with no references and no experience, and become a whole agency. And everybody who, you know, I had trained and did all this with and the whole nine, knew what I did as an agency. They wasn't thinking about signing with my agency on no level. But they signed with these white people that came out of nowhere with no references and no nothing. And
Where they at though?
This place promised them this and this. Then they had clothes and then they this. And everybody posted, oh, I'm a side model with, and I'm a side model with, and I'm a side model with. Okay, they ain't had now model that signed a contract and made no money. They ain't had now brand that did none of that. Okay. I personally, as an agency owner, I took offense because I'm a Black agency owner. I'm a small Black agency owner. Hair, makeup, modeling agency, makeup and hair studio and development firm. Do it all. Licensed, certified, plaques on the wall when you come into my door. Tawana done seen them. Nathaniel done been there. Oh, well, you ain't go upstairs. But then, you know, plaques on the wall. Yeah, my whole situation. You feel what I'm saying? But because I'm a Black woman, a small Black owned business, they never even thought about giving me a chance. But you can come and learn from me because you know I'm popping in what I teach. You can come and learn from me, but you don't want to be signed by me. I ain't mad. I'm gonna take your check either way it go. You want to get a class or you want to sign up? Whatever. I ain't gonna get mad at that.
You know, can I actually mention something about that? Because I will say I was one of those that was signed. And for me, and I'll be transparent,
please,
when I think of your brand, Miss Nikki, and some of these other agencies, I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm ready for that level yet. At least that's from me.
And you don't even know what we see in you. When we see you, we don't see that you ain't ready for that level yet. You feel what I'm saying? But we do see that you should not be ready for something that you don't know.
Right.
You know, and as a Black woman, running a Black-owned business, and my Black sisters that come to me broken and in need and want me to run, you can't pay an advertising agency, a marketing agency, or a promotional agency the money that they charge, and I give you the same thing. And for them to go to a white brand that they knew nothing about.
Yeah.
And now this brand gone off into the wind, the sunset.
Oh, Lord.
But you didn't trust me, and all my models making money getting checks. All of them getting on magazines and running brand ad campaigns, be it in here or internationally.
That just
Because
it goes to the trust.
woman,
it goes to the
Black
trust
woman.
in our community too.
Yes, the Black woman.
But I think what I think really what it is, they're not taking the time out to ask the questions.
Come on.
You're not asking the questions about, so you see this person who you think the grass is greener on one side.
Yes.
But you have not even taken the time out to look through their Instagram and said, well, I don't see nobody that look like me on their Instagram.
Nowhere. Not even on their Instagram. Nowhere.
And then on top of that, when you actually sign to them, they're doing nothing that they promised you.
Right.
And I mean, even to go back to the hair and makeup, they may sponsor, but they never once post the event on their page.
Come
They
on.
never once give you the exposure. But you got 29.7 million followers because you this high brand company. You sponsored me, and they'll say,
Right.
"Oh, well, we want you to take pictures and tag us. Are you going to repost it?"
Right.
Because I need you to repost it because
Mhm.
we are supporting each other.
Come on.
Right.
It's called supporting each other. If you're going to sponsor me, in return, I'm going to tag you, and then you're going to repost what I've done at this show.
Right.
You may not know what Full Figure Fashion Week is, or you may not know what the or what these other shows may be. You may not know what Curvy Con may be, but
Right.
because we have this relationship now, and now that you have reposted it to your other followers who we would never be in our niche market.
That's right.
Right.
Now we have not only exposed myself, but you exposed the model, you've exposed
right.
the event, you've exposed everybody else, but they're not doing that because guess what? Nobody asked the questions.
Nobody asked the
Say,
questions.
guess what, guys? I'm with such and such modeling firm.
Mm-hmm.
Or guess what? I got Dove or I got Pantene Pro V sponsoring my show, but they're not really supporting you.
But they're not supporting you.
It was on the shelf from seasons ago.
And what you doing is putting it in the bag and talking about Dove. You giving them free promotions because they ain't gave you nothing but free stuff that was back in the warehouse.
So let me ask this question because this is something that somebody else asked in the chat room, but not so many words. So you said as far as promotions go, why is it that people are quicker to promote the larger brands, but when it comes to the smaller brands, and this is something that somebody said as far as makeup artists, we would promote Sephora, we would promote MAC, but when it comes to the smaller brands, a lot of us are looking for, well, are you going to pay me to do this? What are you going to give me to do this? But we are okay with supporting the bigger brands, and they don't even know who the hell we are.
That's right.
It's called clout chasing.
Yeah.
Come on.
You clout chasing. I mean, think about everybody that's on this live right now. At some point in our life, no one knew who we were.
Right.
No one wanted to give us a contract. Nobody wanted to work with us. But now that we've crawled and we've pedaled our way up the step, all of a sudden people want to work with you. Oh, I know who Miss Nikki is. I know who Lala is. They want to throw names around. No, don't claim me now. Because before, when I didn't have nothing and I was trying to get to that level, you didn't want to help me. So
I've had that happen to me. I've had that happen to me where someone was having an event, a women's empowerment event, and they were looking for people who were in this. I was like, I have a damn doctorate degree with this area. I can provide something. No response. Then I see the flyer for the event. These people who are well known on Instagram, and who can, those who are well known, and I was a little hurt.
You should have been.
Right.
I was really hurt, and I'm the type of person, especially I'm someone, I still think that I'm still I'm building my brand. So you don't even know. I probably would have done it for free. I'm not going to say, all right, here I want $5,000 because I'm also trying to get out there myself. But I wasn't even given a chance because I guess no one knew
But
me.
sometimes it's the same people that's in your circle who.
That's
yes,
right,
honey.
Right.
Yes.
It's the people in your circle who don't even support you.
Come on.
We both building brands. Why are we not building them together?
Together.
Right.
Because everybody got their nose up and they back turning. They think they better than, you don't know, you sitting next to somebody with 3 degrees and a doctorate. You don't know that because they aren't in a clique or they aren't in a circle or they ain't kissing somebody's ass. I've dealt with that so many years in this industry, and I've known people who have been broken from, when I sit down and I talk to the women that I meet and they're broken from being in the industry for 2 years and they don't know if they want to do it no more after third year. I'm like, baby, you going uphill. 2 years is nothing in the game. 2 years is nothing. You're going uphill. Don't backtrack because of what somebody said. Don't allow it to break you because you're better than that. Because I come from being an underdog and still is in some so-called cliques and circles. I don't care nothing about that. Lord Jesus, I'm trying to keep my cursing to a minimum. I don't care nothing about that because when I look at Lala's work, I get excited and I see what she does. When Nathaniel, I watch your videos all the time when you be doing it. Those roller sets, I don't know what the hell you call them because I am a stylist, but you be
Honey.
run your fingers through the hair and the stuff be laying and playing.
Yeah.
Those are the things that inspire me to be great in my lane. If I can, I know that I'm gonna be great in my lane because I want somebody great like Lala. I want somebody great like Nathaniel to come and be on the team and we all eat together. I ain't looking for how many Instagram followers that you got. I'm looking at your work. I'm looking up what
Right. And that's what I was gonna say about this whole follower thing. I think people really get caught up in the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a big following, I have under 3,000 followers on Instagram. You know what? I'm building this slow and I'm okay with that. Cause guess what? I look for people that's gonna book me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I focus on, the bookings. I don't necessarily focus on the numbers because the numbers is not going to give me the bookings.
Right.
So, and I think people get rid of that clout chasing. They really get caught up in the numbers. You don't have that many numbers, so you're not anybody popular that can have at your event.
Oh man, that also just happened to me because I figured I had to build my own opportunity.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to shout out the brand, but they specifically told me, Shane, that you need about,
you know what, with my team,
10K followers.
Yeah.
What you need. And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay.
But
I was just curious. I was just,
I don't have to be in every room. I just want to be in the room. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't have to sit at every table. I just want to sit in the corner and just be great, because at the end of the day, when you create your own table, they will beg to sit at your table.
You better say
but guess what?
Those tables will turn.
But those very people that rejected you, they will sit at your table, but they will not be able to eat.
That's right.
And then try to take some damn credit. But let's crabs in the bucket. Let me ask some questions here. First question is for the whole panel and the host. What do you look for when you are looking to support or buy a product from a company? Also, what do you look for when you are looking to partner and work with them? See, okay, this is one of our topics that we have coming up too. So for me, and I've always been this way, when I work with a company, I like to know who they are and what they stand for. What they stand for is most important for me. I like to support companies that put my money back into my communities, which is why I've always been pro-Black. This ain't new for me. I've always supported Black. You know what I mean? I was gonna say something really messed up, but I'm not gonna say that. But so what are some things that you guys look for when you are working for and partnering with a company? We'll go down the room. I'll take the next question. And then the last topic that I really want to touch on, and we can spend about 5 minutes just pretty much as a wrap up, is talking about pretty much marketing, so you can get the right support. Lala, what do you look for?
I think I like to know a little bit about the platform. What are they, if they're having an event, what is the platform? What is the event for? You know, what are you trying to do? Who are you supporting? What is this supporting? Like I've done, domestic violence events, domestic violence show. So just that's kind of what I look for. Is that something that I feel like that I can be a part of? Offering my talents to that. So it's the platform for me, I guess. And part of how they treat me, how you treat me and respect me as a professional. If you come to me with that sense of entitlement, oh, you should do this because, no, I don't have to do this because I can stand in my own shoes. So it's how they approach me too. I look at that, how I'm treated, how you have made me feel at the end of the day is whether I will continue to support your brand.
Janelle?
Yes. I think echoing your sentiments, Tawana, and also Lala's, but then also how they market themselves, I think is very important. I'm of course plus size, and there's so many organizations and that talk about plus size, but for me, I'm not going to want to collaborate with the BBW crew for lack of a better term. I'm just giving an example because we already know with the whole BBW and the whole porn genre, that's not me. That's not how I identify. So, I think about how you market yourself as a brand. That's very, very important. May have great intentions, but how you are portrayed out there is very, very important to me.
Nathaniel.
Oh gosh, I always piggyback to Full Figure Fashion Week because that started everything for me. Even getting to be connected with you guys, it was Full Figure Fashion Week. It was a client of mine who attended Full Figure Fashion Week who went on and on about it. So when I looked it up, I was like, oh, I've never seen nothing like this before. These are curvy women and they're beautiful and they walk in a runway. I need to be a part of this. And I didn't know what to expect when I got there. But it was like when I got there in that room, I felt the unity. I felt that presence of, okay, Gwen know what she doing over here. She got, even with the madness that goes on that no one knows backstage, there's still order in the house. You know what I'm saying? And I love the fact that she has basically started so many people's careers.
Yes.
She has put people on a platform. And to me, I think that was huge for me. What are you doing for the people who are supporting you? What are you doing for those who have come in and donated their time for free? Are you putting them on? And that's what she's done. I've seen so many of these other companies will be like, it's always, well, could you do this? And, well, we don't really got a budget, but we need you to do all this. But you ain't got no budget. And I ain't gonna say no names. But it's all about how you make me feel and how you make other people feel. And I think that was a good example. That's a prime example for me. It's just coming in and making sure that you have your ethic code up to par and you actually practice what you preach.
Right. Yeah. Can I interject one thing here? And sometimes I believe that people view makeup artists, and I don't know if they do hairstylists, as the lowest man on the totem pole.
Absolutely.
But makeup will make or break your photography.
Right. And
absolutely. I have told people that several times.
I echo everybody's sentiment.
We are, even when it comes to weddings, hair and makeup is the last person that they actually
the last. We the last person they want to hire.
Why would you want to book me last?
The wedding 2 weeks away. Oh, I thought maybe you weren't gonna be.
No, sis, I'm booked, honey. Don't be trying to sneak your way in now. My thing is like, oh my God, but you done paid $5,000 to the venue.
First thing they do is get the venue. That's the first thing.
And your second thing is to be your hair and your makeup artist. Everything.
To see if they're available, the date that you picked.
Okay. I echo everybody.
Sorry, Miss Nikki.
I echo everybody's sentiments though. It's definitely how you treat me. When I first started in the industry, it was almost like I had to take whatever, because I had to build my reputation as being a professional. But I had to invest in my own success too. I had to buy the things that I needed to look the part. I already knew the part. I got degrees. I got certifications. I got that. But people in this industry are very much 95% visual. And I had to look the part. So the investment was great for me. And I really went so much on how you, what do you represent, how you promote yourself, how you're going to treat me, and if you have set aside a budget for my service. And that's when you all got into the part about everybody else understanding the DJ, the photographer, the videographer, your cousin that's a security guard at the front door and the one that's at the back, and all these people get a check. I done came in and stood up from 3 o'clock. Your show don't start till 8 o'clock. And I beat faces to death and reapplied makeup, and I've done all these things. And the hairstylist done been there washing out glued on edges and weaving hair in and crochet needles, taking them out that's stuck in your bush. We back there creating miracles so that they can come out and look phenomenal. Your pictures are great, but then all you want to do is say thank you to me. You don't want to feed me. You don't want to give me no gift bag. You certainly ain't trying to break me off no check. So my thing is I look at how you treat your backstage production team. And I wrote a book for that purpose. knowing how to put your production team in place. And that's not your executive producer and your director. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about your hairstylist, your makeup artist, your runners, your stylist that's over here tying up shoes and doing all this extra stuff, your errand person, all those people that are like a well-oiled machine running around making things work. How are you treating them? How are they being looked at? Are they looked at as the professionals that they are? Your personal assistant, is it a professional? Because I'm looking at them, that's how you gonna try and treat me. And you don't want this smoke. So I pay attention to a lot of things now that when I didn't pay attention to when I was first coming into the game, because I was trying to gain that reputation of being.
So I feel the same way as far as media, because I feel like a lot of people reach out and they say, oh, you know, looking for media sponsorship. Oh, can you come out and can you cover our event? Do this, do that. But they don't take into consideration the money that, you know, we spent to get there. They don't take into consideration, you know, the photographer that I had to bring with me that's going to stand on their feet from before you open the doors. Until the doors close, that last picture is taken. Then they want free magazines with it, you know, because you came and covered our event. Like, you doing me a favor. There are so many things that I can put inside my magazine, other than the show. And so
that's why I don't refer you unless I know they have a budget. How I am. I don't play them games. Coinage.
Yeah, and so I think you know, as a whole, when we look at people's services, you know, we have to respect their services. We have to respect their time.
That's right.
We have to respect their pockets, because they're coming out of pocket, even though, you know, they're providing this service for free. It ain't free for them.
No,
you know. So because originally the show was supposed to be like 45 minutes, right?
Right, and
so,
we going over now. You know, I got the
way over. So let me ask this. Well, a lot of people were talking about you know, BBW. You know, originally when BBW first came out, it was a good term. Now, you know, because of, you know, the marketing. Janelle, let me ask this question to you from the chat room. If I can find it. Hold on. I'm scrolling. Question for Janelle. Janelle, when you said you are not sure you are ready for their level, when when a model,
say it.
I'm trying to hold on. When you said you are not sure you are ready for their level, when a model should begin looking for help in training, when should a model look for help and begin training or get career advice? Sorry.
Oh, the freaking time. What you mean when?
Yeah, always. I mean, you're always learning, even if you're a model for 20 years.
That's right.
I mean, you should always be your lifelong learner. So there's really not any time.
I think that question was in reference to you saying that you weren't ready. You didn't feel like you were ready.
Me personally, I didn't feel like I was ready. Because there's some things that I know I need to work on. Like personally, I think I'm better in print. Runway is not my forte.
Right. And you can be. And that's just it. With a model, models getting in and thinking they should be great at one thing. No, as a model, you not need to be well-versed in all aspects of modeling. Print, runway, types of editorial, types of campaigns, commercial, public speaking. You need to be well-versed in all of that. And I understand what you're saying, Janelle, because I'm intense. Okay? So when you come to me to learn, I'm not getting ready to play with your time nor mine. So if you need the runway training, the image consulting, the media training, the go-see interview, there are levels to your training you should continue to have. So I felt every bit of that when you don't know if you're ready. But we look at you as agents and as agency out here, and we pay attention to models and how they moving and what they're doing. Some models, they pretty gonna carry them through, but they ain't looking down at them swollen cankles in them shoes that they want to take pictures from the knees up. But anyway, you, however, you put in work, and you don't ever, I don't want you to use that term again when it comes to you, because I know you're no longer at that point, but don't even think it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not, I would have never thought you even thought that, because you do carry a confidence that a lot of these models need to have. because they'll get on this runway and know they can't walk, looking like wounded birds. But you know,
that bothers me to hear Janelle say that, because I have been getting in Janelle's ass for years now. You ready? Let's go. So to hear her say that,
and you want to walk, I teach you how to walk. We do it virtually.
We can, but that's one thing I have noticed, that I'm not, you know, and I've done runway, but I've noticed like I'm fooling myself. I'm not good at runway, and I started really focusing on some of the other areas that I felt that I was stronger at. But yeah, I mean, I'm always willing to learn. Like I said, we're all lifelong learners.
You should be. Everybody should be. You should be every aspect of your industry. Like Nathaniel may not like bleaching, but he had to learn bleaching to a T to get it. He may not like it, but every aspect of his industry as a hairstylist, he never want to say to one of his clients, "Oh, I don't know how to do that," or "I'm not good at that,"
or "I don't like that,"
or "I don't like that." And you as a model, if I'm looking at you as an agent, I'm looking at you in a magazine, and somebody says to me, "I'm looking for a particular type of girl, and I love this look, and you're perfect for that look," and I say, "Well, we got this great promotional program getting ready to happen, and we need all our models that are in the magazine or on the brand to walk the runway." I don't want to say, "Well, she can't actually walk." So it's your job.
Agency or you? That's what they're gonna say.
Right. Yeah. You owe it to yourself. You have to take accountability for your career, and you owe it to yourself. Every aspect, every area that you're weak at. I don't like putting in lash extensions, but I'm taking my course to do it. I love the strips, you know what I'm saying? But some people like the extensions. It's your responsibility to take every aspect of your career and learn it. That's your lane. Don't let nobody come up in your lane pretending to be an expert. You be the expert.
You're right.
So somebody put I don't know who it was, and I don't know where it is, but the link to Miss Nikki's book is in there. I saw somebody put that in there. D Moore, what's trash? She said it's trash. I'm trying to understand what she's talking about. So marketing, right? I just want to touch on this real fast, okay? We getting off here at 9 o'clock, right? Okay. So as far as marketing, right? What I have been known to do, and I am infamous for this, right? I tend to support people the wrong way. And what do I mean by that? Because somebody actually called me on it. I have tons of shit in here that I have no use for. I didn't like it. I just wanted to support the person, right? And so one of my friends, shout out to Troy Pittman, she said, I wanted to support her, right? But I had no use for her service, right? And she said, I don't want your pity support, right? Like, but wait a minute now. And so, yeah, she called me on and she said, stop pity supporting people. Stop buying stuff that you don't need, because what you're doing it, you're supporting people where their products are probably not even good. And so because their friends are buying their products, you know, they got this big head like, you know, my business is popping and I'm going to go out and I'm going to start this business selling all this garbage product to people when you couldn't even tell them that the product was garbage, you know? So give people constructive criticism. She said that to me. So as far as support, you know, do you guys tend to buy stuff from people that you don't need? And if one of your friends or somebody you know is starting a business and you have no use for their product, right? What is the proper way to support that person's business without just throwing them money?
Repost, share. Like, you know, you don't have to purchase anything. I'm bad too, Tawana. I do that as well. But what I learned, because I got gift bags that I haven't even looked in, you know what I'm saying? So what I do is I purge once a month, and then I give gifts to people who are doing great things, and I put little bags together, my models, you know, whatever. I'll give that stuff out and away. So I do what you do. That's a bad habit, but because I have all this stuff, I make sure that I'm sharing it with somebody, especially if I know you need this. Like I had some beard stuff. I ain't got no beard. I had some beard stuff for me, and I ain't got no man, so I ain't had nobody to give it to. I had a whole kit. So, you know, I was like, okay, so what am I going to do? But I knew one of my dolls had bought, well, one of my dolls out of town had bought some glasses. So in her gift basket, her glasses, what I sent was the whole beard kit for her husband.
Right.
And some hair products for her. And I just bagged her glasses up. So I do those. And that's part of my customer service. If you are one of my customers, you're going to get a gift. And that's just what it is. Yeah, right. You know, you're going to get a gift. So with those brands, what I'll do is I'll repost their Instagram, I'll repost their Facebook, I'll repost their Twitter, I'll congratulate, I'll be their cheerleader. So I'll be your cheerleader, but I ain't getting ready to buy nothing.
Well, I mean, I'm the same like what Miss Nikki just said. If I don't have any use for it, I ain't gonna buy it. However, because I'm in the hair industry and I have different clients, a lot of the stuff is for women. So like for Christmas, that's great to put like little hair products in, little stuff for like women. I have a client who loves like handmade earrings. So why not support that person and say, hey, you know, let me get this for my client for her birthday, or let me get this for her for Christmas, and then put some type of marketing information on it. You know, give me your marketing materials. Therefore, I can help you through my business. You know, even though I don't personally have a use for it, but I know several women who do. So that it's like you're always connected to somebody that needs something that you may not have no use for, you know?
Yeah, same with me. I will repost, advertise, you know, their business. Like they've started a little small business and they're selling whatever it is they sell. They making cups or whatever it is. If it's something that I like, I will purchase. I try not to really spend money. I used to buy things just because somebody would send something in my DM, you know, as a support. But I stopped doing that. But so now I really kind of look at if it's something I really like, or if I really want to use, or I think I can gift it to somebody. If something, you know, I will do it, you know. It's like it comes in trends, just like with, you know, with the paparazzi, with the all the other little things that, you know, I got 10 different people inboxing me about paparazzi.
Everybody's selling paparazzi.
Yeah, so you know, you got different people.
Listen, I have to tell
and you want to support, you know,
I can't do it though. I can't support all 20 people selling paparazzi.
I know.
And I mean, it'd be like, if you want, hashtag 7J. You know what I'm like, girl? I know it's only $5.
Yeah. So I have
I'll support you next
I have designated pretty much one person that I will purchase my paparazzi from. And that's pretty much who I stay to. If I'm gonna do paparazzi, I say, yeah, thank you. I have a paparazzi person.
I'm the same way with lipstick. I'm a J. Jill girl. I've been a J. Jill girl since she was selling that up Trump. So you know. Right.
You know, so I mean, you know, it's not that I don't want to support every person, but you know,
but you can't.
I can't. But I'll send say, hey, there's such and such in your area. Check her out. You know, whatever. But
all right, Janelle, you real quick. So let's wrap this up.
So I would definitely repost, and I've always gifted things that I did not want. I bought it and gave it to someone else. It was or in their Christmas stocking or something. That's what I tend to do a lot. But one of the things I'm going to start doing, because I started a podcast radio show, and start featuring some of those businesses. So I may not, you know, buy it, but somebody, you know, so featuring them. So that's something that I will be doing pretty soon. And
now, Janelle, let me go and add something there. I like that idea, and I think that is a beautiful thing that you want to do that on that podcast. However, I speak that podcast is going to grow, so you're going to need a little sponsorship from them ads. So after a while,
make them pay for those slots.
You do some free ones. Go on and have some folk go and slot some coins into that podcast.
Oh yeah, that's next on the agenda for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you know, it's not.
And Nathaniel, you're not too far from me, so you know, just let me know what your fees are.
Make sure you go check on my brother over there, because you know he over there on one leg.
Yeah, he's about an hour and a half. So, I'm gonna go check him out.
You live in DMV area? Nathaniel, you in DMV area?
No, I'm in North Carolina.
North Carolina.
He's right in our backyard.
Where you at, Lala?
I'm in Durham, Raleigh,
We
Durham.
are only an hour, 15 minutes away from each other. I mean,
Oh.
Y'all
Why
take
don't
my
you
brother
do
some
that?
food now.
but you know what? It's so funny because I think because I travel so much, either New York or Atlanta, people think that I'm either live in New York or I live in Atlanta.
Mhm.
They have no clue that I live in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Very strange, huh? Maybe that's a sign.
Yeah.
Me
So
start
this
packing my stuff.
this support thing, me and Becky had this conversation several times about support, and you know, and I take everything that you guys have said. You know, if I'm going to buy people's products, because that's the same thing Joy said to me. She said, you know, why don't you just gift people, you know, with the services instead of just pity spending money, pity supporting people. And you know, the products, if I buy people's products, I'll give it away to somebody who needs it. I'll start doing that rather than just having shelves of shit in here that, you know, I've never planned on using. So anyway, let's close this up. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you to our chat room, and they're popping. I know I didn't get to all of y'all, but you know, we can always go back and chat. And we talk all the time anyway. So next week Thursday, what's the date? What's next week Thursday? What's that date? Whatever that date is. What's the date?
Is that the
Is
6th?
it the 5th or the 6th?
Let me take a look.
I just know
got
the
my
rent
phone.
is due.
Right.
So
That part.
next week
it's the 6th.
Okay.
Next week, Thursday, August 6th, 7:30, we are coming back again. We're going to try to keep it shorter than 90 minutes, and we're going to be talking about transparency. We took this article from actually one of our writers who talked about being transparent as a brand. How transparent should you be? And how transparent is too transparent? You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to be talking about next week. So you guys,
That's a good one.
yeah, if you guys want to join in the topic, anybody who's listening, just shoot us an email, queensizemagazine@gmail.com, and just let us know that you'd like to be a guest on that particular show. We're only booking I'm booking up to 4 more people. That's it. No more than 4 people. If not, you can just join our chat. So make sure you follow us. Make sure I'm inside of YouTube. I'm going to definitely put everybody social media handles. So make sure you follow everybody on here. Make sure you follow Queen Size Magazine. Make sure you get in the magazine. This is our 100th issue. And I only put this one up because this wasn't the latest one, but it was the one that was
my
just,
copy to come in the mail.
that was sitting
Yes,
here.
I need mine as well.
So queensizemagazine.com, all of our social media handles are on there. Make sure you're following our YouTube channels. Episode 2 is coming next week. Miss Tinky, who you talking to? Who you talking to?
She's not at home.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, again, thank you guys, and everybody have a wonderful evening. I love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. We love you too. Thank
And
you.
support you guys. Support.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank
all
you.
day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.